going on with you? You look more sissified every time I see you.
I know. I was hiding out all day so you or anybody else wouldn't see me. But I finally had to get out and get some fresh air and wet my whistle.
I think you've been wetting your whistle a little too much. What happened this time?
Well, you said that I shouldn't wash my bright red underwear in hot water and cold hot water. No, I'm a little drunk. In hot water and bleach. That's what turned them pink. So I figured if I wash my pink underwear in hot water and bleach, it'd turn them white.
Yeah, I think I follow your logic, but how'd you end up with a pink shirt?
Well, I had this white shirt that was getting a little dingy, and even though it'd probably be good for at least a few more months, I figured as long as I was washing, why not wash this too? And this is what I got.
You didn't happen to be doing all this laundry and figuring while you were drinking, did you?
Maybe. What?
Didn't anybody ever tell you when you're washing your laundry, you gotta separate your whites from your colors?
Say, I don't recollect that piece of housekeeping trivia. How do you know so much about laundry anyway? Why, you ought to open up yourself some Chinese laundry.
Now don't you go picking a fight with me. You know what, buddy? I'll buy you a drink. Huh?
That's right nice of you, Hank. I mean, Chin Lee. I reckon you can afford to buy me a drink with all that money you'll be making in your laundry.
Now you better zip your lip, or you'll talk yourself right out of that drink.
All right, my lips zip. I'd hate to seem ungrateful to my good friend Chin Lee here for buying me a drink.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day yourself. And don't call me sir. My name is Peg Leg Smith. I've walked 80 or 100 miles on this here wooden leg of mine today. I'm a bit tired and sore.
My goodness, 80 miles? What would provoke you to make such a journey today?
It was 100, I said. Maybe 150. I'm on the trail of a bear, a giant grizzly that's been decimating the sheep and cattle herds in these parts.
A giant grizzly, you say?
Yep. Him and I are like kindred spirits. He's the last of the grizzlies in these parts, and I'm the last of the mountain men around here. I've been hunting him for years. I already took off 2 of his toes with one of my traps, and it won't be long before I have the other 18 hanging around my neck.
You seem almost obsessed with killing this bear. Was it him that took your leg?
No, it weren't the bear. How I lost my leg is a different story. I'm hunting this bear purely out of a sense of civic duty, to help out the local ranchers around here. I told you, him and I were like kindred spirits. Now that's only because we're both the last of our breed, and we've been chasing each other round and round for years. But old Ephraim, he ain't got my rosy personality. He's got a darker side.
A bear with a dark side?
This bear has a dark side if ever one did. He don't hunt the herds around here just to eat them. He hunts them out of spite.
Spite, you say?
Yes, I say. I don't know what else you'd call it when a bear annihilates a herd of 30 or 40 sheep in one night, yet only takes a mouthful or 2 of mutton, and the rest he leaves with their guts ripped open and dragging in the dirt, till the poor rancher has to come along and put them critters out of their misery.
Now I can see why you are so determined to kill this brute.
Yep, this is my quest. Reminds me of the incident of when I lost my leg. Would you you care to hear that story, youngster?
I'd be most intrigued, sir.
Well, some say it was the engines, and some say it was frost, but I'll tell you the true story. I wasn't always a hunter, at least a hunter of terrestrial creatures. At one time, I sailed the big blue seas, hunting mighty marine cetaceans for their blubber and oil.
Oh, so you were a whaler.
That's what I just said, didn't I? Anyway, like I was saying, I was captain of the whaling ship Pequod. My best deckhand, Ishmael, he spotted a pod of whales, and we launched the boats. And I was in the boat with my best harpooner, Queequeg, when I spotted the largest whale I had ever seen. And he was as white as ivory. As we pursued, the beast surfaced next to our boat, and his eye looked into my eyes with the most fearsome and hateful glare of evil intent that I have ever had the misfortune of being on the receiving end of. The beast submerged, and the next thing I knew, his gargantuan tail came smashing down on our boat and stove it in two. As I clung to the wreckage for my life, I spotted that Leviathan approaching me again with that same malicious gaze. He swims in and he bites down on my leg with a tremendous force, and he shakes and he tears and he grinds until off goes my leg.
That is one of my favorites. Fellow was quite an author, wasn't he?
Are you calling me a liar?
No, sir, no, sir. I am merely complimenting your taste in literature. I've also at times admire a poet who won't say the same thing that I do.
Well, as long as it's a compliment, then I won't have to thrash your hide.
But are you sure you're on the right side of the fence?
I think I like this side of the fence just fine.
But I'm not sure you'd be welcome over there. Maybe you can come join me over here.
Sonny, I never attained this loftiest status in my mortal sojourn by allowing someone to build a fence around me. And I suggest you don't either.
That's on advice, sir.
Well, of course it is. I just gave it to you. Anyway, I best be moving on. Good night, Sonny.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Peg Lane Smith. I'm the roughest, toughest mountain man there ever was. I could eat the liver out of Liver-Eating Johnson. I could outrun John Coulter. I've killed more grizzlies than Grizzly Adams. I could outbridge Jim Bridger. I got a bigger kid than Kit Carson.
It doesn't look like she'll be coming soon. Tell her I was here. Roses are red, sugar is sweet. I fondly await the next time we get together. Rendezvous. Make acquaintance.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, meet.
Roses are red, sugar is sweet. Fondly await the next time we meet.
Ewan Jorgensen.
Mom, she's so pretty.
Good day, sir.
Well, good day to you, young man.
Does it bother you that I'm on the side of the fence?
The only reason I'd be bothered by you being on this side of the fence is if you left the gate open and let the cows in town.
You didn't do that, did you, son?
No, sir. I closed the gate.
Good.
But are you Mormon, sir?
Yes, I am. I'm Joseph Phelps, but you can call me Joe. What's with all the questions, boy?
I've been informed by reliable sources that Mormons stay on this side of the fence and Gentiles on that side. My name is Phineas Periwinkle, and I am a Gentile. I'm glad my presence here doesn't offend you.
I have to apologize if you've had to suffer some insult from our little community. There is some separation, I have to admit that. But it happened innocently enough. You see, when Clover Creek was first established, 4th Street was the center of town. And anything west of 8th, well, it was open prairie. So we put up a fence to keep the cattle out. Now, when the train came, of course, they built on the west side of the town. And when you have a train, you have business. And unfortunately, they weren't Mormon. So, essentially now, we have two Montpeliers, east and west. Or if you wish, Mormon and Gentile, all because women took down the dang fence.
Excuse me, but I thought I heard you call the town Clover Creek.
Yes, I did. You see, when we first came up to this beautiful valley, we found meadows upon meadows of wild clover. So naturally, we called the place Clover Creek. But President Brigham Young came out to visit, and he suggested change the name to Montpelier because it reminded him of his home state of Vermont. So that's what we did. You know what Montpelier means, son?
No, sir, I don't. But it does sound French.
That it is. And do tell, I've heard that there is a town by that name in France. It means Mount of the Pilgrims. I bet you don't know what a pilgrim is, do you, boy?
I actually do, sir. It's someone who travels to distant lands, usually for religious purposes.
My, aren't you a bright one? Well, that is one definition. There's a second definition, though. It's anyone who travels to a new place to settle. Now, we certainly qualify for that first. But I can't help thinking that if the fine folk here would accept that second one, we'd be a little bit more friendlier to outsiders.
Why aren't you people more welcoming? I understand your church sends missionaries all around the world and then you immigrate them to Zion. But when they actually get here, you try to fence them out.
Well, that does seem a bit irrational to put it that way. But if you'd been through what these people have been through, I think you wouldn't be so quick to criticize. Look here. I was born in far west Missouri. Beautiful green land, mild climate, plenty of moisture. Why do you think I'd come up here where every 3 to 4 years our crops fail and our cattle die?
I don't know. Why did you come here?
His name was Lilburn Boggs, governor of the state of Missouri. He issued an extermination order saying all Mormons were enemies of the state and were to be driven out by force or exterminated. So, we left and we settled in another spot in Illinois called Nauvoo. Means the beautiful, and it was. We had peace there for a while, but the moths came and they killed Prophet Joseph Smith and drove us out of Illinois. And that's when we realized that we weren't welcome and that we weren't going to get any help from the United States of America. So we came out west and sailed Utah territory.
It seems like you're overreacting to things that just because some people persecuted you that all non-Mormons are inherently bad. Don't you think?
Well, the persecution didn't stop there, son. Now, I came up here with my wives to have a little bit of peace and quiet and scratch our living. And the dang Republicans sent federal marshals to arrest anybody who had more than one wife.
Stinking Republicans! Mark my word! You'll never find a faithful Latter-day Saint that'll ever vote for one of their ilk!
It seems like we're approaching the two subjects everyone recommends be avoided, religion and politics. But you said Marshals came after you?
Oh, yeah, they came after me, all right. But I had a hiding place. Look here.